We're here at APAC's or Asia Pacific Agility for F5 here in Singapore, and I've got John Matthews, Vice President of IT and CIO. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Really well. It's a pretty cool event.
It's awesome.
We've seen some great sessions this morning, had a bunch of keynotes from folks. One of yours was one of the featured presentations. You know, I thought what was really striking about your session, and I would like you to get into this a little bit and kind of from your seat, just the landscape's changed immensely in terms of what these devices bring, right?
Well, yeah, the BYOD reality is...
And it's a fun buzzword, but I don't think really people get like what you deal with and what companies have to wrestle with as part of it.
All right, so one of the main premises that was raised by one of the other speakers was that 45% of all technology decisions are no longer made by IT. And what Jeff and I were laughing about before was that 100% of the accountability actually still lives with IT.
It's certainly not yours, you don't own it, but it's yours.
You're responsible for it and you own it.
Right.
And the challenge with that isn't so much that I have a hard time with other people making decisions that affect my life. I've been in IT a long time, that's the way it works.
It's kind of part of
the challenge is that I've got to protect the enterprise, and I also have to enable the business. And the balance point behind how I get that done is a thing that I struggle with. And I've got to have the right tools. I've got to have the right technologies and the training for my people. I also have to have sort of the right crew pulled together who can respond quickly to changing landscape. Because what worked yesterday doesn't work tomorrow. That's just the way it is. It's welcome to technology. So I'm kind of psyched about the tool set and where I see F5 going. I like a lot of the vendors who are at this show and the kinds of solutions they're offering.
Absolutely.
It's pretty exciting stuff.
Absolutely. Well, when we talk about, you had a really good story to tell about how a mountain, but one of the graphics, you didn't see this, but there's a picture of a mountain bike, showed the equipment and everything like that. And the thing that struck me is you're saying, look, he's got equipment, he's trained, he's done all these things, but as he's going, he's constantly assessing, cycling through everything all the time. So, and I think that was really a fantastic example of like, you got the technology, you've got people, but you're just constantly processing these things. You've got to be thinking like that. You've got to be a thinking, breathing, adapting, evolving kind of organism in IT to deal with this stuff. And so what role is that to the technology? What role is the people? I mean,
So it's interesting that you talk about adapting, because the tension point that exists for most IT people out there is that I've got to be all fast, I've got to be all cutting edge, I've got to be the newest and the best and enabling the business and all this other stuff. At the same time, the network has to stay up. The files that need to be downloaded have to be where they are. Everything has to work the way it needs to work. Email needs to work. The phones have to work. All the block and tackle work that is associated with IT all still has to happen. So what we're doing inside of my IT organization is that where we can regiment process, where we can regiment how we actually operate, we do so. And we follow very strict guidelines inside the bands of those things. As soon as we step beyond, it's Wild West show. It's Wild West time. It's best idea wins. It's let's try stuff and fail and do it better next time. And that combination seems to be working. It engages my people, so the scut work takes as little time as it possibly can, leaving them space to do interesting new things and come up with good ideas that maybe we hadn't seen before.
So you can't just take like the one-size-fits-all approach.
Apparently that doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
I've heard that there are industries where that works, and I don't know that I'd actually like it. Even though it sounds good because it's less drama, I think it would drive me insane.
Well, and I think that's the thing that I find fascinating. We've had a lot of conversations about just that constant cycling of things with you have to deal with, right? There's the knowns, the unknowns, and all of that. And I think one of the interesting things about that is just this constant opportunity to do different things and try different things. And I think your point about making space, like here's the fixed things, and then there's space for other folks. Is being an employee, I know folks in your team, and it's kind of cool because they get to do the basic stuff, but then at the same time, I know they're off doing some different things as well.
Well, one of the things we do,
and it's actually a really exciting time for IT professionals because you don't know what device is going to come in this week, right? And you don't know what crazy crazy SaaS solution that the business is going to buy.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden, once again, you have no control over that, and at the same time, if there's something wrong with it, it's your fault.
Oh, it's all my fault. So one of the groups that I think has a lot of fun right now is our dog food team.
Right.
And I know that our dog food folks work with the Dev Central folks quite a bit, and you know, the goal for customers out there who might be seeing this is that dog food, my attempt in IT is I want to use our product before it gets in your hands. It's exactly the same goal that Jeff has as far as how Dev Central works.
Yeah.
We want to try all of our own stuff and see what is good or not good about it and make it better. And that's a big focus. We're doing some kind of cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the mobile device management. So.
Yeah, one of these days would be awesome to get you on. We'll do a little more.
All right, we
drill
will.
down into the device stuff, because it's actually pretty cool
Right
when we get a chance to really peel back the covers a little bit. But,
all right. Well, I appreciate you having
John,
me.
thanks so much. This is great. John's an awesome leader at F5, and your accolades point to that too. But awesome to take the time with us, and it's always nice to see. I think this really thinking, breathing, evolving approach to what IT looks like, because it doesn't look like it looked 5 years ago, and it's probably going to look different in 5 years from now. And so, adapting, responding.
The only constant in nature is change.
Yeah, it's what's for breakfast, right? Yeah,
right on.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right, we'll see you a little bit later here from APAC Agility 2013.